In a remote village nestled against a dense forest, there lived a humble family of 4, 10-year-old Ravi, his younger sister Meera, and their parents. Ravi's father, Mohan, worked as a laborer, while his mother, Lakshmi, tended to the household and cared for the children. Though they had little, their small house was filled with love and laughter. But one monsoon season, tragedy struck. Mohan fell gravely ill with a fever that refused to subside. The family's meager savings quickly dwindled on medicines and doctor visits. Lakshmi, who had never worked outside the home, struggled to find ways to feed her children. One evening, Ravi overheard his mother sobbing quietly as she stirred a pot of thin porridge, barely enough to feed them all. Her worry etched lines on her face, and Ravi's heart ached for her. He decided he had to do something, even if he didn't know what. Early the next morning, before the first rays of sunlight kissed the earth, Ravi slipped out of the house. The forest beyond the village was both enchanting and intimidating. It was said to be full of wild animals, but it was also a place where villagers foraged for food. Ravi carried a small basket his mother used for vegetables and ventured into the woods. He remembered stories from his grandfather about edible berries, wild mushrooms, and roots that could be found there. As the forest grew darker under the thick canopy, Ravi sang softly to himself to keep the fear at bay. His tiny hands carefully picked ripe berries from thorny bushes and searched for mushrooms near the base of large trees, just as his grandfather had taught him. Hours passed, and Ravi's basket was half full. He was about to head back when he heard a rustling sound nearby. His heart raced. Was it a wild animal? Slowly, he turned to see a family of monkeys watching him from the trees. One of the monkeys approached, holding a ripe jackfruit. It dropped the fruit near him before retreating. Ravi hesitated, then picked up the heavy fruit and whispered a soft, "Thank you." When he returned home, Lakshmi was frantic with worry. "Ravi, where have you been?" she cried, hugging him tightly. "I went to get food for us, Amma," he said, showing her the basket. Lakshmi's eyes filled with tears as she saw the berries, mushrooms, and jackfruit. Though it wasn't much, it was enough to make a proper meal. That evening, the family shared a hearty meal for the first time in days. Word of Ravi's courage spread through the village, and neighbors began offering help. One lent some rice, another shared vegetables, and a kind farmer even gave them milk. Lakshmi, inspired by Ravi's determination, started making and selling simple snacks in the village, earning enough to keep the family afloat. Months later, Mohan recovered from his illness. He held Ravi close and said, "You're not just a child, Ravi. You're our hope, our little provider." From then on, Ravi's bravery became a cherished tale in the village. Though he was just a boy, his innocence and determination had brought his family through their darkest days. And every monsoon season, Ravi would still venture into the forest, not out of necessity, but to remember the time when a little courage and a big heart made all the difference.